Hello and welcome to the wonderful world of Facebook Live with me, Martin. Hope you're doing very well. Want to come on today and share a video with you, some insights, some feelings that I am having currently. I'm just getting used to looking at this new camera rather than looking at the screen below. So yeah, welcome everyone. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world, wherever you are watching. Today is a very different day for me. It's kind of funny. It's hard to put into words, but yesterday I was at Mooji. If you've been following me for a while, you know that we live very close by to a real, true living master called Mooji. He's originally from Jamaica, lived in the UK, and then moved to Portugal here. He is truly an enlightened master, and we are very blessed to live close by to where he gives these satsangs where we go on a Sunday and with 500-600 people maybe that turn up. They come from all over the world to sit and listen and learn with this master. And we've been for the last 2 weeks, and yesterday was just incredible. Every time I go there, it's the same. It's just the most peaceful, beautiful space, and the teaching is the most powerful teaching for me that there is. It's moving beyond all of the limitations, everything that we think that we are. And I woke up today just feeling this just such deep, real peace. I just feel completely at peace, and the world has not changed at all. Nothing in the world has changed, but I have changed in some way. I don't know what that is. I don't know how long it will last. Whatever, and I don't care. But something has changed. I just feel this complete, like everything is just peace. Everything is just joy and easy, and it's amazing. It's impossible to put into words, because I have felt this feeling before, but it has come for short times using breathwork or after ayahuasca, these types of things, maybe sometimes in meditation as well, but not to this level with meditation. Breathwork and ayahuasca are the only times that I've felt this true deep sense of peace. Like there's just nothing, there's no problems in the world, there's nothing I have to do, there's nothing you have to be, there's no doing. It's this feeling that all is well. There's no need to be someone. There's no need to, even the words that I'm saying, there's no need for me to share these words. There's no need to it's just all is well. Everything is perfect. Everything is as it should be. Everything is peace. Everything is just perfection. And we went for a walk this morning, myself and my wife, and I said that the world hadn't changed, but the world actually did change in ways. Usually when we go on our walk, there's lots of dogs barking. Every house that we pass, there's dogs barking. And it's so funny. Today I woke up with this really deep, peaceful feeling, and every house we walked past today, the dogs didn't appear. There was no barking, there was no sounds. It's actually raining outside. It's not like a normal April day in Portugal, but it's hard to explain. Words can never do justice to the feelings, and that's why like a master like Mooji is such a incredible being, incredible gift, because he can share these concepts that are beyond language, that are beyond words, beyond the psychological mind, and somehow put words that points towards, or put guidance to guide you towards that truth that can't be spoken of, that truth that is beyond all the things that we think of are real, all of our story, all of our conditioning, all of our past, and all of the thoughts of the future. He is able to share concepts that point you towards that take you to that point of realizing what you truly are, what we all are, and we are all this same essence, this peace, this divine essence of being. And it's incredible what I feel. What I'm feeling now is like so hard to describe. It's it's like everything that we've done in our whole lives is just, it's all just an occurring. It's just a happening within this space of peace. And even when we feel the ups and downs and the tragedies and the joys and all of those things, those all occur within this. And that's what we truly are. It's that ground of being, that source of all things. And everything that happens, the body comes and goes, the people, the places, the things, they all come and go. Everything that's momentary and passing, they can live and die. But those are illusory. They're not the true essence. They're not who we are. They're not what we are. We all are this peace. We are this essence of oneness, of wholeness, something that is not born, it's not bound by time, it can never die, it can never change. It's something that anything and everything that changes occurs within that space. It just arises and falls and manifests and unmanifests, and everything arises from this unmanifest. And I feel like today I'm touching into that source. Even though I'm here and I'm still in this body, and I have my story and I have my history and I have all of the things around me are exactly the same pretty much, but I am different. I don't feel the same in relationship to the world. I feel not detached. It's not like detached, but it's not like it's like the opposite of attached. Is like completely encompassing. I am all things. I am part of everything. And I have felt this before. As I said, I felt it in breathwork. I felt it for short times, where you can get to that state through action, through doing, through the practices that I share with people. But in this moment, I can feel that same pace. I can feel that experience, but I'm in a normal state. I've got up today. I've not done anything particularly special. We meditate in the morning like I do every morning. I get up, we went for a walk, and we've come back. But I just feel this, like everything is well. Everything is just perfect as it is. There's nothing I need to do. There's nothing I need to say. There's nothing needs to change. Everything is, yeah, deep peace is just the word that keeps coming. Something. And as I say, I keep saying, like, language is just so limited, and so it can never, what I'm trying to describe cannot be described, because as soon as you describe something, you're giving it a substance, it's a thing. This is not a thing. This is unmanifest. This is something that is the ground or the base or the source. It's the source of all things that manifest, and it's something that can't change. So it's just balance. There's no up. It's perfect. Sedalia says it's perfect. And That's word that has came to me many times. It's perfect. And even now I can feel emotion where before this emotion might take me over, and might cry, or I might try and hold it back. It's like I can be here and be a witness to the emotion, which is this, and it's not. If it were to be tears, it would be tears of joy. It's not tears of sadness or tears of fear. It's mm. And the title I put is Deep Peace and the search for enlightenment. And that's many of the teachers that I have followed, many of the channeling entities and sharing and from conversations with God, a lot of the influences that I have had have said that we are already enlightened. We all are this source. We already are there, but we're dreaming that we're not. So this search for enlightenment, or the search for peace, or the search for the doing the things that we feel we need to accomplish, or the study, or all of these things, in which Mooji talks about it as well, is not, none of that is, none of it's needed. We are already enlightened. We are already whole. We are already one. We just don't know it. We just are sleeping. We're in a dream. We're in this physical dream where we see ourselves as these limited beings in a limited body in a finite world. But that is all illusory. The truth is that we are already all that we're searching for. We are that. And it's like a big cosmic joke. The whole thing is just, it's like a game that God is playing with himself, a game of hide and seek. I think Alan Watts said that. It's like a game of hide and seek that consciousness is playing with itself. And all of the experiences that we have, well, we can frame them negatively or positively. All of those are just a divine dance within this same source that we all are. We are all one. We are all this same infinite source, and we're all just playing different roles. We're playing different stages of this game by our own choice, and it's all perfect. Everything, it's perfect. It's nothing is out of place. Nothing needs to be changed. Every experience that we have is this emerging. It's just an emerging from this source, from this oneness. And anything that emerges will always have to go back to its source. And anything that can come and go is not you. You are that which comes and goes, emerges from. And it's not a that. It's so how to put language, how to use language to describe the indescribable. Anna says, hi Martin, it was 11:11 at my PC clock when I saw your video. Nice to see you. Having difficulties. Nice to see you, Anna. Thank you, my sister. I'm just silence is silence is the best thing that we can offer to describe something that is undescribable. It's silence. It's nothingness. But the dichotomy is that it's nothingness and it's everything at the same time. So even though the illusory emerging and falling back and the coming and the going is an illusion, it's still within all that is. It's still part of all that is, because nothing can exist outside of all that is. It is all things. And what Mooji talks about is that it's not that there's anything wrong with our having bodies and doing our work and raising families and doing all the things that we chose to do in the physical world. It's our identification with that person, with that identity, with that story. It's the identification as a person that keeps us trapped, that keeps us fearful, that keeps us in pain and suffering. And when we can see that the person is something that arises and falls and comes and goes, and this body is not the body you were born with, and this body will not go with you when you decide to move on to the other, it's the identification is where our suffering comes from. The pain and suffering comes from identifying as a body, as a story, as a concept. And all of those things are coming and going, and they will continuously come and go. But real peace comes from being in the world and not of the world, being in the body but not as the body. That's, for me, is true peace, and that's what I feel today. And it's like impossible to put into words again. I'm using all of the grasp of the English language that I have, which is quite limited. But even the most advanced practitioner of language will never be able to describe what I'm trying to describe, because it is literally indescribable. As soon as we describe something, it becomes not that. Siddhartha says, "Is no need language, it's feeling." Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to describe it. It's a feeling. It's an awareness. And today it's just so deep and so real and so meaningful and so close for me. And I just feel so blessed and so grateful to be alive, to be able to experience this body while knowing I am not this body, experience this unbelievable, beautiful world. And this this type of sharing doesn't make the normal Facebook live video, I would say, with lots of content and lots of words and concepts and ideas and tricks and tips and all the things that I normally share. This is a much deeper moment. This is a coming home. This is an awakening of sorts. I would say it's an awakening to like a realization of something that's been here all along. It never went anywhere. And it's in all of us. It is us. And all of the things that we think that are us, and all of the stories and our attachments, and Those are things that bind us to identification with fleeting movement, life and death. And having this awareness does not mean that we should forget the outside world and don't take care of our bodies. It's actually the opposite. And this is, I feel, why I've had this deeper experience today was within the satsang yesterday. There was one French guy who had an awakening or enlightenment experience with Mooji 3 years ago. And he came back to give gratitude and share his story. And as soon as he started to share his story, I just felt tears of joy as he spoke. But what really was beautiful and helpful to me was that he then described that even after having this experience, he was in the world as a normal person, very much doing his work, he didn't go into details, but he talked about how he still fully interacts with the world. And this is something that has been, for me, like a value conflict. Like I want to search for enlightenment. I want to find my true essence. I want to do all of these things. But I had a feeling that maybe an image of an enlightened person or someone that awakes, that they can't be in the world. They can't do the normal things that we do with a family. They're off in a cave somewhere, or they're completely detached from this physical world. And I think that was a big values conflict for me, where I felt, yes, on one hand, I would love to experience what someone like Mooji experiences, or the masters have experienced, or yogis have experienced. But also I want to be in the world. I want to have a family. I've got a baby coming, a new soul is coming to my life. I've got my mission with my work, and I want that to reach its full potential, whatever that is. I want to do that. And I had a feeling that those were something that couldn't exist side by side. But I feel, after listening to that French man yesterday with Mooji, I feel like that is a true possibility, and it is for him. And he even mentioned that he thinks he works too much still. He had a laugh about that. So that wouldn't go normally with the traditional sense of awakened or enlightened, that type of thing. It wouldn't go along with that. That you're still working, you're working very hard, and you do these things. So that was like a light bulb. Something went off there. And I'm not sharing this video with any arrogance or any sort of sense of self-aggrandizement, anything like that. Or I'm not saying that I am enlightened or I'm awakened, but something has happened today that I can't explain. And I have touched, and I am touching, I am feeling something that is beyond words. It's just this peace. It's just an awareness. As I said before, the world is not different. Everything that I'm looking at is exactly the same, but I'm looking at the world through different eyes. I am experiencing it in a different way, in a way that I'm not pulled, and I'm not like attached. I'm not like drawn by the senses, the paradoxically, everything that we work with in my work, you like really activated and work with people through their physical senses. And I feel a healthy detachment from those, where if I want to enjoy the sight of something, I feel like I can do it with detachment and really appreciate it. And if sounds come, I can choose to engage with the sound or not. It can just come through me, or it's like like a healthy detachment is the best way I can describe it. It's like I can choose to interact with the world through my senses if I want, or I can be more of an observer and be stepped back and just float or dance within that isness, within that experience. Just be the awareness itself without being too attached, without being pulled or without pushed or pulled, or it's such a interesting and very different and very beautiful experience that I'm currently having. I didn't quite expect to maybe come on and do a Facebook video when I'm feeling this, but I feel it's important to get this more so for myself to really express what I'm feeling in some way, in the limited ways that we have to express it. It's important to do this and to share it with others because this is what we're here for. I feel we are here as a process of remembering, of awakening, of letting go of all of the things that are not us, so that we can realize what we truly are, that never changed. The only thing that changed was our awareness of what we are. And that's true power, that's true freedom, that's true peace. To thank you all for joining me, for your comments, for your sharing. I think I will leave it there, and I'm just so happy, so blessed, so grateful to be able to share this and express myself in the way that I feel that I need. I'm so blessed and grateful for my wife and my baby to come, and all my family, friends, for my dearest Mooji master, who has given me the eyes to see through his gift. I'm so grateful. So until next time, from my heart to yours, sending you all my love. Namaste. Goodbye.